Oh, what it do? What it do? It's me. It's Bree. I'm Brianca Jay. I'm your host, and I want to thank you for coming to my little portion of the internet. Today we are going to be talking all things poetry. It's a little bit different for this channel, but not too different. I'm actually going to be comparing two pieces, and this is I don't know. Let's get into it. So I'm going to read the Canonization by John Donne. We're going to talk about some of the textual evidence in there. Then we're going to read The Right to Love by Jean Lees. And then we're going to go ahead and compare the two together to see what the similarities are in these two works and the differences. So stay tuned if this is something that you're interested in learning or you're working on this in class, because I definitely taught this in school. So, before we get started, though, I do want to ask you that if you find these videos valuable in any way, you get a better understanding of anything you're learning. It would be so great if you would go ahead, like, comment, or subscribe. It means the world to me and costs you nothing. Also, if you want to connect with me more, you like my vibe, you like my channel, I like me too. I get it. Go in the description box and check out all the cool things I have to offer, including how to keep up with me on the gram and on Twitter, as well as how you could support my small business. I have my own web design agency where I work with other small businesses to help them get a really awesome brand, a website that reaches and gets you leads and makes you sales and all great things like that. So if you know anybody that's interested in that, or if that's you, connect with me today. Let's see what we can do to create the brand of your dreams. Without further ado, let's get into this work. Okay. So, the Canonization by John Donne. For God's sake, hold your tongue and let me love, or chide my palsy or my gout, my 5 gray hairs or ruined fortune flout. With wealth your state, your mind with arts improve. Take you a course, get you a place, observe his honor or his grace, or the king's real or his stamped face. Contemplate what you will. Approve, so you will let me love. Alas, alas, who's injured by my love? What merchant ships have my sighs drowned? Who says my tears have overflowed his ground? When did my coals affording spring remove? When did the heat with my veins fill add one more to the plaguey bill? Soldiers find wars and lawyers find out still. Litigious men with quarrels move, though she and I do love. Call us what you will, we are made such by love. Call her one, me another fly. We're tapers too, at our own cost die. And we in us find the eagle and the dove. The phoenix riddle hath more wit. By us we two being one are it. So to one neutral thing both sexes fit. We die and rise the same, and prove mysterious by this love. We can die by it, if not live by love. And if unfit for tombs and hearse, our legend be, it will be fit for verse. And if no piece of chronicle we prove, we'll build sonnets in pretty rooms, as well a rout urn becomes, the greatest ashes as half-acre tombs. And by these hymns all shall approve, us canonized for love. And thus invoke us, you whom reverend love made one another's hermitage, you to whom love was peace, that now is rage, who did the whole world's soul contract and drove into the glasses of your eyes, so made such mirrors and such spies, that they did all to you epitomize. Countries, towns, courts beg from above a pattern of your love. So that's the Canonization by John Donne. If we go back over, if you see here, and I'll try to put a screenshot up or something so you can see all this textual evidence that helps us uncover the meaning of the poem. So on the first line, you have us. I have myself. Have myself. Kind of jotting down what he means. Like, for God's sake, hold your tongue. Pretty much telling them to shut up. Because he feels like he's being judged by the he feels like he's being judged, right? He's telling them to think like, why are you so against like me loving this person? Like, who are we hurting, right? In the second stanza, he says, alas, who's injured by my love. Like, who am I hurting by loving this person? Like, why are you so fucking bothered? He says, if you go down toward the last two lines, the second paragraph, he says, litigious men which quarrels move, though she and I do love. He says, criminals are people whose life, like criminals and people whose life is like through chaos. Like, yeah, but like me and her, we're not doing anything. We're just in love. Like, we're not bothering anybody. So the second thing says, call us what you will. It's like, I don't care how you judge me. Call me what you will. And he says, at their own cause die. And he's like basically he's gonna die for what he believes in. He loves her, and if that is grounds to kill him, then it's grounds to kill him. And the next stanza, he says, we can die by, if not live by love. So it's like, if we cannot live for our love, we will die for our love. Like, it's totally up for you. He said it will be fit for verse. Like, our love will make history. Think like Romeo and Juliet, right? Like how they have made history for being in love and people going away from them. And he said us canonized for love. He's like turned into like this highly revered individual just for being in love. And he finally said the pattern of your love. So he's just talking about like, hey, we're two people, we're in love, we're not committing any crimes. Like, why is this such a problem for you, society? Like, who are we bothering? And he doesn't really say like who he's in love with, what is the cause of the disagreement. He just says like, let us love. And I think that's really important to the idea of the whole work, because it doesn't matter. If I love her, she loves me, then let us be in love. And so I like that he even left out like some of the details of, oh, well, it's because of this. Like, it doesn't matter, So I like that part of it. The next poem is The Right to Love by Jean Lees. And this poem is also about two lovers. So it says, my love and I ask little of the world, the right to sigh together in the rain and walk with heads up in the sun and share our joy and our pain. And yet they said that we were wrong. We hadn't the right to our love, that this love was shameful to see. And yet we treasured our love, and so we go our solitary way, indifferent to the cold, unfriendly stares, indifferent to the whispered talk. We don't care at all. We have all we need, as long as we can be together. We find our consolation in each other's eyes, that sweet look of wonder. We know we have earned the right to love. We know that we have earned that precious right to love. And in this poem, he is talking about two lovers, right? He says that he has the right to sigh together in the rain. Like, right, the justice, the chance, the opportunity, the privilege. This is his birthright. He said that they said that we were wrong. We hadn't the right to our love. So they have this conflict. And it leaves us as the reader wondering, like, why? Why can't they? What is the problem? It leaves that to the imagination for us again. Is that, yeah, we are treasured our love. So we go our solitary way. Solitary, like alone, separate from society. And he says indifferent to the code, unfriendly standard. They don't care, right? And he said indifferent twice. And he goes on to say, actually, we don't care at all. We have all we need, as long as we be together. So he said we could be social pariahs. I don't care. If I'm with her, we can be against all odds together. We find our consolation. We find our peace in each other's eyes. As long as I have her, I can look at her, then I'm happy. So this poem shows like two lovers' decision to love beyond the pressures and ideas presented by the world. And so now that we've read both these works and thought about them separately and conceptualized the poem's meanings, we can look at where these two poems like come together and they separate. So I'm going to kind of read what I wrote for my answer when I did this particular lesson. So it says, comparing The Right to Love by Jean Lees to the Canonization by John Donne. One first notes that both speakers share a similar subject matter: the opportunity to love free of judgment. In the right to love, the speaker wishes to simply be in love. However, society said that they were very wrong. The speaker takes offense to this stance, seeing it as an infraction toward the speaker's right. The marginalized perspective of the speaker is represented throughout the work, especially in the final passage when the speaker declares, "We have earned the right to love." Similarly, John Donne's poem, The Canonization, also speaks from a marginalized perspective as he asserts a defense to love free of judgment. Less political than that of the right to love, Donne's perspective is represented in relationship to that of a religious perspective. These poems both speak to the subject of love, but from two speakers' cultural standpoints. While Lee's has a political viewpoint, Donne's point represents the matter through a political perspective. Religious perspective. Last one was worded wrong. So that is my review of The Canonization and The Right to Love by John Lees. I will also share my textual evidence. I know sometimes that's really helpful for understanding a work. So if I can't get it put on the screen throughout this video, then of course I'll have it linked and available in the description box. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I will be with you soon. See you soon, guys. Thank you for watching.